Fox Valley Police Department released dashcam footage showing what appeared to be grown men dressed up as killer clowns standing eerily on the side of the road. The police car drove up to the two men, who obediently complied and were led away to be further questioned. The U.S. killer clown fad became popular in early 2016 after a series of clown-centric horror movies ignited the trend. Police responded to a total of 109 clown-related complaints in 2016 alone. Most pranksters eerily stood in the distance, some chased after cars and people, while others brandished knives and weapons. No violent attack was reported, but police categorized the prank as an intimidating offense. During questioning, the two grown men revealed a third accomplice, a 26-year-old woman who drove the two around town. One of the two men, the 29-year-old, and the woman had left their child, a 4-year-old, unsupervised at home while they clowned around. No charges were filed against the second man, the 20-year-old, but police apprehended the couple and took their toddler into state custody. Their case will be reviewed by a judge who will release the child to the couple if they are found not guilty of child endangerment.
You're right here. Put your butts against it. 634.
Number 9. Suicidal woman shoots police officer. Officers were called to the scene after 3 separate suicide calls. The suicidal woman, Ariana Pryor, had called the first and third time, while her mother called the second time. Officers responded to the scene after the initial call was made, but the suspect had already left. After the third call, Officer D'Amica Lloyd reported to the scene, Ariana's mother's home. The officer interacted with the woman's mother, who pointed towards Ariana, who, by then, was holding a knife threatening to kill herself. Officer Lloyd tried to de-escalate the situation by calmly talking to Ariana, but she lunged at the suspect when Ariana held the gun up. The suspect fired several shots at the officer in the ensuing altercation, leaving her critically injured. The footage is divided into 3 parts: dashcam footage, body cam footage, and home security footage. In the home security footage, Ariana can be seen sobbing after shooting Officer Lloyd. Neither Ariana nor her family members assisted Officer Lloyd. Both the officer and the suspect were transferred to an emergency care facility. Officer Lloyd's condition remains critical. Number 8. Shootout ensues with suspect's 3 children in the back seat. Dashcam footage released by the Laverne County Police Department showed an epic car chase and shootout between Darian Williams and police officers. Only this incident had to be dealt with extreme precaution. Notwithstanding the intensity of the situation, the 21-year-old Williams had all 3 of his children, a 3-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 9-month-old, strapped in the back seat as he recklessly drove from Rutherford County to Davidson County. The struggle began in Smyrna County after police officers responded to reports of gunfire in an apartment complex. Williams exited the building with his 3 children and recklessly drove to Laverne County, where the chase began. During the chase, Williams opened fire on the police car, and the police responded. Whilst taking extra precaution given that 3 children were in the back seat of the vehicle, Laverne police managed to finally apprehend Williams after deliberately crashing into his vehicle, bringing it to a stop. Footage shows Williams getting out of the car unscathed and still trying to make a run for it. Luckily, he was apprehended by police. His children made it out safe and sound and were taken to a hospital for a complete evaluation. Number 7. Man punches trooper in the face. A Florida state trooper pulled over a 24-year-old man suspected of driving while under the influence. Police had received several complaints of a man driving recklessly on the highway and managed to catch up to the vehicle. The responding officer instructed the young man out of his car and asked him a few routine questions. Based on the suspect's demeanor in the dashcam footage, the man was not too thrilled to be questioned. The 24-year-old suspect evaded questions, maintained a firm stance, and refused to comply with the trooper's orders. At one point, the man instructs the trooper to return his bag, a bag containing contraband. After a few seconds of asking the suspect to sit in the back of the car to be taken to the station for further questioning, the trooper reaches over to grab the man's shoulder. This is when things get ugly. The suspect immediately gets defensive and punches the trooper in the face.
Okay, come on, let's go.
A fight ensues off camera, but screams can be heard. After a few seconds, a truck pulls up in front of the police car. The driver helps the trooper apprehend the man, who is then guided into the cop car. and to think the suspect could have made it out on a lesser offense, or none at all had he just listened to the police. Number 6. Police arrest entire family for interference with police duty. The DeSoto Police Department received multiple 911 calls indicating that a family picnicking at a nearby park were being drunk and disorderly. One phone call indicated that a minor child had been assaulted. When police arrived at the scene, they asked members of the Anderson family to lie down on the ground while they conducted a sweep of the area. A few members of the family cooperated, while a few of them resisted police duty. Dashcam footage shows police officers repeatedly asking family members to get on the ground to no avail. Ultimately, a police officer tases a young man, after which all hell breaks loose. The family gets loud and disruptive, and the responding officers call for backup. After a few minutes, all but 2 women of the family have been escorted into the back of cop cars. Off camera, the responding officer tells a woman that her sons will be charged with interference with police duty. That's what happens when you refuse to comply with standard police protocol. Number 5. Police shootout results in suspect being shot 45 times. In 2014, the Atlantic County Prosecutor's Office released dashcam footage that showed an epic car chase and shootout that resulted in the suspect being shot 45 times. The suspect led police on a 10-mile chase, which came to a stop after a civilian rammed his vehicle into the front of a suspect's car, forcing him to stop. Police surrounded the vehicle and guided civilians to seek shelter, yelling that the suspect was armed. A few seconds later, a man wearing a ski mask exited the vehicle, brandishing a gun and shooting at police officers. Officers didn't immediately fire back because there were civilians in the background. After 40 seconds, or what seemed like an eternity, the officers returned fire. The man, who had just casually walked towards the police vehicles, fell to the ground. A coroner's report suggested the suspect had been shot 45 times. While the Atlantic County Prosecutor's Office suggested it was a case of police brutality, suggesting that 45 shots were overkill, a grand jury cleared all 7 officers. The officers defended their actions by suggesting that they believed the suspect was wearing body armor. In 2017, a New Jersey court ruled that all videos of police shootouts should be made public. Number 4. Police leave suspect inside of burning vehicle. The police department is expected to leave no man behind, even if the man is suspected of committing a crime. However, a rookie police officer and his training command left the suspect inside of a burning vehicle. The suspect had been driving without headlights and led the police on a high-speed chase for a few blocks. Traffic camera footage shows the suspect narrowly missing a pedestrian, swerving and then crashing into a nearby tree. Moments later, the car catches fire with the suspect still inside. Dash camera footage and audio revealed the rookie officer asking his trainer how to proceed. The trainer nonchalantly replies that he's done it to himself. It's important to note here that the police car switched off its headlights and turned onto another road after seeing the burning car. Moments later, civilians can be seen via traffic camera footage carrying an unconscious man out of the burning vehicle. The same police car eventually pulled up to the scene after frantic 911 calls were made. The 2 police officers who had witnessed and exited the scene just moments prior exited their vehicles and yelled out, "Is he out of the burning vehicle?" The 2 officers have since been placed on administrative leave. Number 3. Police vehicle crashes into civilian vehicle while pursuing suspect. The Milwaukee Police Department released dash camera footage of a shocking and unfortunate scene. A police vehicle crashing into a civilian vehicle while in pursuit of a suspect. It's something we've always wondered about. How can the police be careful of pedestrians and civilian vehicles while on a high-speed chase? Dash camera footage shows police in pursuit of a suspect's vehicle who had been stopped at a stop sign for speeding, no license plates, and a broken taillight. The car sped off right as policemen walked over to it. Along the way, the police vehicle managed to steer clear of pedestrians and civilian vehicles but crashed with an unsuspecting vehicle at the intersection. It was later revealed that the occupant in the vehicle was treated for life-threatening injuries, while the officer was treated for minor injuries. The suspect was eventually apprehended. Number 2. Chief punched in the head by Canadian police. Chief Alan Adam of Fort Chipewyan First Nation in Alberta alleged he was assaulted by the Royal Canadian Mounted Police during an incident in early 2020. The incident caused nationwide outrage after Chief Adam revealed that the police had been harassing him for several months. Earlier, the police had pulled him and his family over citing expired license plates. Chief Adam argued that the vehicle had been impounded over an unrelated matter several months ago and had only just returned to his possession. Tensions were running high as the chief demanded that another group of officers sort the matter quickly. However, when the event ran long, the man took off his jacket and assumed a fighting stance. After a few expletives were exchanged, the police restrained Chief Adam's wife. This enraged Chief Adam, and he tackled a police officer. Another officer then punched Chief Adam in the head, wrestled him to the ground, and restrained him before leading him to the back of the police vehicle to be taken down to the station. Number 1. Police apprehend escaped inmate and his jailer accomplice. Dashcam footage released by the Evansville Police Department showed multiple cop cars reaching the scene of a gruesome car crash. A suspect, identified as Casey White, can be seen resisting arrest as officers pile on top of him and search his person for any weapons. Medics rush to the crash site, where they realize that the White's accomplice, his jailer, Vicky White, has shot herself in the head in an apparent suicide attempt. Body camera footage and audio reveals Evansville police saying, "Grab the gun," pointing towards the gun in Vicky's closest hand. Pointing towards the gun in Vicky's closed hand. Casey was taken into custody, and Vicky's body was sent to the coroner's office for further investigation. Alright, that's all for today's video. Let us know what you thought in the comments down below. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and tune in next time for more exciting content.